iconic characters, time travel, and a silly sense of humor. That's Chrono Trigger, a JRPG from 1995, so highly acclaimed, and I knew absolutely nothing about it. And in this video, I'm going to talk about my journey through this game. Chrono Trigger has always been the kind of game I do hear people saying was a masterpiece, one of those games you have to play it. I played the remastered version available on Steam, and the first thing I discovered right after opening the game, and it was very surprising, was something I probably should have known, but I didn't. This game was created by Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball, and I love Dragon Ball. It's impossible not to notice how much the opening menu screams Dragon Ball. All those sounds so familiar or identical to Dragon Ball. The character design in the cutscene also identical to Dragon Ball. So, the game just starts like many JRPGs from that era. You begin in your bedroom, wake up, and as you go downstairs you see your mother, and the main character never has a father. In this game you can rename the character. I renamed the main character Acro. His original name is Chrono. Only near the end of the game that I discovered an NPC who can change the character's name. All the other characters I left with their original names. Our first mission is to visit the fair. It's the Kingdom 1000 anniversary, and Luca has made some kind of discovery. Is going to show off her new invention. We can go straight there or explore first. Right at the start, a scene that caught my attention was during the initial exploration in the inn in Trust City. I bought a drink for this girl and she played a song on the piano in return. When you visit the fair, there are several activities that you can earn silver points. You can bet on who will win a race, buy items from the vendors, and talk to NPCs to get more information. When I talked to one of them, he says that 400 years ago, in the year 600, there was a war against the Fiend Lord, but now things are peaceful. Walking through the fair, I end up bumping into a girl and we both fall to the ground, and her necklace falls too. I pick it up and give it back to her. This girl is Marley, and now she will be traveling with us. The guard says the preparations aren't finished yet and won't let me through. So I decided to explore further, heading into the forest. And there we have a first real battle. There are two battle mechanics. The standard turn-based system where you have all time in the world to think since the time stands still while your character acts. However, there's another more dynamic and challenge option, the one I choose, where time does not stop while you are selecting your actions, so you need to think fast. There are only 3 actions. 1. Attack. The character uses their basic attack. 2. Attack. You can use a technique which consumes mana. Some techniques target an area, and if there are many monsters nearby, the ability to hit several of them. If the monsters are spread out, the technique won't hit those that are far away. So the position of the monsters matter. The third action is you can use items. One cool detail I noticed here is Miley uses a crossbow as a weapon. When the enemy is far away, she shoots normally, but when she's about to attack and the enemy is very close to her, she performs a melee attack, striking with the crossbow. I thought it was a cool detail that there is a different animation for this. As I explore a bit more, I get a taste of the game's humor. When I talk to the mayor of Porridge City, he says he's so rich he doesn't know what to do with his money, and he offers to give me 10 gold if I spin around 3 times and cluck like a chicken, and of course I accept it. Back at the fair, our merchant shows interest in Marley's necklace. He asks if I can ask her if she would sell to him. I can accept or decline. I accept it, but he says that this necklace is... and he doesn't have the money to buy it. A message appears saying that Lucas' device is ready. Another really cool detail, Marley asked me to wait because she wants to buy some candy. So both characters stand still, and when I press the button to move, she stopped me and pulls me back, telling me to wait a second because she's still choosing. Then she makes me wait some more. I think these details are cool. They make everything feel more alive and give the character more personality. I love it. I wasn't expecting. Finally, I go check out Lucas' device. It's the teleporter, and of course not could possibly go wrong. At first it works fine, but when Marley tests it, a portal opens and she gets sucked inside, and the portal closes, leaving only her necklace behind. I use her necklace to activate the portal again, and go after her. Note here the music is so much Dragon Ball vibe. I love it. This is where things start to really get interesting. What is this necklace? Why did it open a portal? Where did we end up? The vendor recognized the necklace, and from his reaction it seemed like something super rare. Exploring this new place that I have no idea where am I discovered that we are in the year 600. That is at the time of the war against the Fiend Lord's army. When I find Marley in the castle, she is mistaken for the princess who had gone missing, but Marley simply vanishes right before our eyes. So going down, we met Luca and she explained that Marley is actually Princess Nadia from our time, the year 1000, and that she is a descendant of the princess from this time, the year 600, meaning that if the princess from this time dies, Marley/Nadia will also die. Well, this is where our entire journey and madness across timelines begin. To make things easier, I will refer to this timeline from the year 600 has passed, and our year, the year 1000, that is the present. Okay, so we are at the past. Our original timeline is the present. Okay, there are more funny moments I have to mention, like when we rescued the princess from the year 600 in the past and opened the chest, the real chancellor popped out. Yes, the monsters had locked him inside the chest as if they are guarding a bag of coins. I didn't mention it before, but this frog in our group is the kingdom's hero. He accompanied us. It's really funny how he follows me around hopping. After saving the princess from the past, the princess of the present, Marley appears. He appears. Another iconic scene that I have to mention, which happens right after that, is when, upon returning to the present and escorting Princess Marley back to the castle, the Chancellor accused me of kidnapping the princess. Apparently, all Chancellor hate me regardless of timelines. The trial is pretty funny. It shows the events that took place, like me bumping into the princess and her falling, me trying to sell her the princess necklace. Anyway, he does everything to pin the blame on me. And even though I found not guilty, I still have to serve a few days in prison because of the mystery of the princess' disappearance hasn't been solved yet. He tricked the guards and tell them I'm going to be executed in 3 days, and I'm arrested. Escaping from prison and defeating the boss, another really funny scene is the Chancellor and the guards forming a bridge for me, just like in an old cartoon. Not long after, we escaped through another portal that opened the forest near the castle, and the Chancellor face when he sees me simply vanishing into a portal is unbelievable. I love it. Now, this is where the game really hooked me, and this is where we discovered our goal. I end up in an unknown year. Everything is in ruins. When I talk to the few survivors, none of them have ever heard about a town called Truce, which is the name of the starting town where the fair took place. There are strange doors that none of them know how to open or what they hide. Interacting with a computer, I discovered that in the year 1999, Lavos, a colossal fire monster, appears and destroys everything. And yes, this is our future. Totally devastated and hopeless. This is how the world ends. So now, our mission is travel through time using the gate portals and prevent this future from happening. Before I continue with the story, I need to mention, before I forget, an iconic, truly unique moment that happens in this part of the game. To get from one side to another, I have to win a race against Johnny. I thought it was really cool to have this minigame. It's super simple. You have to try to block him with your car and prevent him from cutting you off, and you have a few nitros to use. It's all very fast and simple, but it's another really cool moment in the game. Another thing I didn't mention is that Luca, the inventor, created a key to open the portals, a gate key actually. That's how we are able to travel through time. Since the portals are closed, you can only travel through them with this key. By the way, this is the year 2300, so 301 years after Lavos. During my journey through the future, I made another friend in the group, a robot named Robo. Escaping that horrible future, I ended up in a different place at the end of time. Here, an old man tells us that only 3 people can travel through time together, meaning my group can only have a maximum of 3 members at a time. but you can swap out members at any time outside of combat. Another really cool scene is when I open the door next to me, I come across a strange creature who is going to teach my team how to use magic. To do this, he asked me and my party to spin around 3 times while saying, "I want magic!" And with this ritual, my party learns how to use magic. That's the entire beginning of the game. From there on, I was already super interested in the game, and of course the game is long. Those were the first 5 hours of the game. I finished the game in 35 hours, so there's many more incredible moments and events. There are more timelines than just those 3, and the story has plenty more plot twists. The game has some really beautiful cutscenes, and the difficulty is generally well balanced. Even though it's a JRPG, there aren't any moments where I have to stop to grind. And even while exploring intensively and always buying the best items, most of the boss fights were challenging in a balanced way. The game has an auto battle mechanic that you can quickly turn on and off in this Steam version. However, in auto battle mode, the characters will only use their basic attack on the nearest monster, which is good for trivial monster fights or simply to speed up a lengthy skill animation, either yours or the boss's animation. I use this feature during my playthrough, and of course, it's pure useless against bosses or certain monster battles since you really need to think and act strategically in many fights. I enjoy the game humorous moments, the characters are really charismatic and lively. The game has 13 endings, and I was satisfied with just one of them. 35 hours was plenty of time. I did a lot of side content, and I really took my time. I wasn't in a hurry. As far as I know, and I might be wrong, I think the endings doesn't change much overall. That was my journey with Chrono Trigger. I love it. As I said, there were many other incredible moments. I have only covered about 15% of the game here, probably not even that much. The game has many more funny moments and truly memorable story moments. I highly recommend you all go play it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like. It really helps the channel out. And if you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe. Also, feel free to comment what game I should play next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.